Hello. I was asked how I transport my transmitters and all my other stuff from my audio kit. If you've watched my videos in the past, you might have seen it, but that was a while ago. So I guess I'll make an updated video, a little bit better quality, I guess. So here we go. First off, I am using the Pelican IM2400 case here, and for the record, I've accumulated a lot of gear in which this case will probably be changed. I might have to put in a bigger case or a separate case or whatever it might be. But this is what I use for now, and it still works for now. So we'll start off with what we see on the bottom here. There is a lid section. I'll get to that after I talk about the bottom section here. So first off, right off the bat, we'll go on this side here. This is not the most. This is a very terrible way of storing the transmitters, but this is the way that I had to do it because like I said, I've been accumulating transmitters and wireless systems, and this is just how I had to store it. So these are just little spacers that make sure the units don't jump around when I carry them around. And so I have here, first off, I have my Deity Theos transmitters here. And then I have my Electrosonic transmitters here. Then I have both my Sennheiser G3 transmitters down there. And antennas, they just kind of live there. So unfortunately, that's just how it is. I don't have any proper storage for them yet. So this is how I've been doing it. And so far, it's been okay. So, I spent a lot of money on this already, and I don't really want to spend more money on it. Down here, this is the little windscreen for this mic here, the Rode NT5. And then my little shock mount lives in here. I usually put a little extra stuff in the bottom here, like the clips for transmitters or whatever it might be, because there's quite a bit of space here. So I used to have two shock mounts in here until I've decided to use one of my shock mounts for my streaming setup. So, and this just lives here. There's really no proper space to put it. I am using trackpads because I've designed this so I can utilize the most space in this case as possible, and I guarantee you I have. So first off, we'll talk about the mics real quick. I have 5 mics actually. The CA08, I printed this out from the custom foam guys here in the United States, and my idea was I was going to buy these 2 mics here. I still haven't bought them, so I do not own them yet, and I would like to. I might buy it just so I can put it in there, but like I said, I'm starting to change my setup because things are kind of growing, so that might not be a thing, but I would like to because I would like smaller condenser microphones, smaller cardioid microphones compared to NT5. We know NT5 is good. I would like to have smaller ones just in case, and especially stereo pair. But from the right, we got the Rode NTG3. This right here usually lives in my blimp, so this is usually out. When I'm on set for a long time, I usually just leave this in my blimp because it's a little bit easier. Just grab the blimp, just connect it instead of opening it up and all that stuff. So this usually lives outside of this case, unfortunately. Then I have 2 shotguns here. These are the Rycote HC22 and HC15s, and these are wonderful mics. These are the same diameter as the NTG3, so if you want foams for them, you have to find the same ones. Unfortunately, I would wish Rycote actually creates foam for these because they create the foams already for mics, and I don't know why they don't have one specifically for the mics they make. But hopefully later on they'll do it. Then we have the NT5 here. This is the microphone I use probably 80% of the time on sets. I got this specifically for on set. This is kind of designed for instrument use, but then if you know anything about microphones, you can use it for anything if you know how to use it. So I use this for interiors most of the time. Sometimes exteriors too. I have a little blimp that goes over here. It's called a little baby ball gag. And that's a terrible word, I'm sorry, but that's what it's called. And I use it for outside sometimes when the NTG3 is just a little heavy and I want to go lighter and I know I can get closer. I have the NTG3 or the NTG1, but this microphone, unfortunately, I'm speaking off all over the place. This microphone, unfortunately, lives on my camera now, so it's like never in here. So I've just utilized this space for my little tiny screwdriver there for my electrosonic transmitters to change frequencies. Then I have the wireless Go's. I don't use these for like livening up talent or anything like that. I accidentally placed this the wrong way. I wanted to place this so I can grab it like this, but then I placed it the wrong way. I designed it the wrong way, rather. This I usually use it for more of a like director's monitor, in the sense that they can hear what the actors are saying. That's what I usually mostly for. I have used it as backup before, but then the backup actually did not work well. So it's just a really wonky system if you want to try to utilize it in a bag system like we do here. I have time code up here. I use UltraSyncs, UltraSync 1 and UltraSync Blue here, and they just live in here. And then I have Technical Sync Ease here. So the green one here is the Mark II, so which doesn't really matter too much, but yeah, that is this case here. So you probably noticed these straps here. These, this is a lid. So this right here, it comes off, and I've 3D designed a little lid here to fit in this little section of the case, so I can utilize all the space of this case here. And you can kind of see it's a little warped because, you know, it's PLA, it's plastic, and it's been in the heat. But that doesn't matter to me because I'm using it for tool purposes. So you take this lid off, and then over here you have, this is the wireless section here. So let's start from the bottom left here. These are all my lav mics here. These I have B6s, and the WLAV Pros here. One of these just broke. If you watched my previous video, one of these just broke. But those are what I have. The way I've designed this is, first off, I need a little space to grab it, so that's kind of important. If it's like right up to the edge here, then I probably won't be able to grab it all. Like, this gets pretty tight, so it's pretty difficult. But I've designed this so I can grab it, take it out, and I have a label on the front here that's yellow. And then if I'm using it, I turn it around and the label's red and it's on the other side, so I can instantly navigate which one's used and which one's not. Because when you're in the heat of the moment, you need to know what you can use and what's available. So that's how I designed this case. And that's how I've been doing it this entire like few years now. These little cases here, these are cases for bead sewing, and you can find them on Amazon. So if you just want to find the dimensions you want that will fit for your needs, then these cases are actually pretty good. Everyone that has seen me use this case have told me what it is, how I get it, and I'm telling them it's just a bead case from Amazon, and I think it's like $5 for like 6. So yeah, if you do get it, it is kind of good to buy a little more, because sometimes they come and they weren't designed well and they don't clip on the lids. So that's just worth noting here. On the top left here, I have this little bin. I've labeled it trash, and this is just trash. Too many times I've been on set where I had to throw away stuff, especially now since I use Ursa tape. And there's no trash available, so I just create my own trash and I just throw it in here, and I don't create a lot of trash. It doesn't give me a lot, but then like if I put it in one spot where it's messy, like if I put it in here, it's gonna keep growing, and I'd rather just be in here, and I just toss it out every time. Obviously only dry trash. And then on this side, I used to have another case this size over here for my right coat stickies. But then I ran out of those, and I don't really use those that much anymore. So I'm just leaving this space open here, and I just have these little bags here That's the adapters. This is Microdactyl TA5. This is Deities, and apparently it doesn't work well. I still haven't tested it. Only my buddy has. So, it's not that great. The Microdactyl TA5 is being used, so this bag is actually empty here. But these bags are pretty cool. These are tentacle sink bags. And then top this section here, there's a bunch of different stuff here. I have a case for my Ursa tape. You can see my labels are peeling off because I use this all the time. This is for the black, and this is for the white. It's empty right now because you don't really use the white that much. So I don't cut the white as much as I would the black ones. Then we have mic clips if we want to utilize mic clips for them. And then we have mounts. So these are Bumblebee mounts, and some of them are Ursa mounts as well. The Ursa mounts are actually mounts I do not, for mics I do not own. So these are mostly for the Countryman B6s and then WLAV Pros. And I have white and black since one WLAV is kind of beige. So the white one works for that a little bit better. Then I have, this is Bumblebee tape, double-sided tape, and I don't use them much because it's not as sticky as the Ryco stickies like I mentioned earlier, but then I will probably have to utilize them a little more because I have a bunch of these and they're just laying around. Then we have windscreens, which we don't ever use. This little nook here, so this was just like a random spot where I had no more, this is how I set it up. So like, this was just an empty spot. So I had to utilize it for something. By the way, these are little 3D prints I designed, and they're little dividers that divides everything so they don't crush each other when they're inside here. But I designed this little print here so I can, the main reason was just so these don't move around back and forth. And then it was able to fit my top stick here, which is double-sided tape. It's for men's grooming tape, but then we use it for double-sided tape and to do other stuff. I've only used this a few times, and every time I use this, it's not exactly for lav mics or anything like that. I think one was, but it wasn't to hide it. It was kind of to make it look like they're on a spaceship or whatever. And here's medical tape. Medical tape is used all the time, obviously, but I barely use medical tape. I bought a pack of medical tape, and it came in, I think it came 12 of them, and this is the first one I've opened, and I still have it. So, yeah, I should probably use it more. And this is Ursa stickies here. These are double-sided tape as well, designed for the Ursa mounts. So, I don't use that as much, but I might. But then, these aren't just because it's specific for a certain mount doesn't mean it can't be utilized somewhere else. So that's why it's in here. The battery section. So the main reason why I created this case was when I still had the plug-in, the foams that you pluck out. The batteries were kind of like on the top, since they only fill basically half of it. So if it was on the bottom, it's too deep. Like, see how deep it is. And then the lid got top heavy, and then it would fall like back and forth. So I wanted the batteries in the bottom of the case so it can actually weigh down the case a little more. Of course, I had a different lid organizer, and I just threw in a bunch of stuff in it, and it made it heavy. Now it's a little bit different. But the batteries here, I run AA's and 9 volts, and I have like way more 9 volts than I would for a production day. But I'd rather have more than less. I actually need more AA's than I need 9 volts. And yeah. So the way I utilize the batteries, in case you're wondering, and I'm pretty sure this is how most sound people do it. But these little caddies here, you can just stick the batteries out and then put it in. So when the battery is facing, with the positive or the AA is facing up, that means it is used and needs to be charged. If it's facing down, and you see the negative only, that means it's good to go. It can be used. That means it is charged. You can see that here. This is negative side up, and this is positive side up. Same thing over here, or I guess not same thing, but same concept. I'm pretty sure all sound guys do this. So the 9 volts, they have the the positive negative side up to indicate that the battery has been used, and then they have it pointing down, so to indicate that it's good. Because if you short the dead battery, it's not going to like explode on you. So that's the idea. But yeah, that is the case here, the bottom portion of the case. So let's talk about the lid. All right, let's talk about the lid. So the lid, first off, I've chosen Jason Case's lid because they are just like better than Pelican's. It is a little more expensive, so if you do like have the money for it, great. If you don't, maybe save up a little bit. I wouldn't get Pelican's lids unless you like really need it. But then, because like it's not terrible, but the zipper and then the mesh bag is just not as great as Jason's Cases here, which also allows us to, you know, label it like I have here. So first off, I want to show this off because I'm really proud of it. On my labels here, they are Velcro. So if I wanted to ever change it, I can always change it. So this is the soft Velcro here in Jason Cases. So I can change it however I want. But yeah, we'll start from the top left and go to the right and then just go downwards. So the phone strap. The phone strap is pretty important and integral to my workflow. This is the MagSafe phone strap here. So my phone can do MagSafe. If not, it comes with a magnet. And I just stick the magnet onto my phone, which I use my other phone, which is the iPhone XR. And I just use that to control my recorder with it. And I'm able to take it off and on very quickly as compared to my old phone strap here, which still works fine. It's just that like sometimes you want to take a picture of the phone, right? Then the strap is in the way and all that stuff. So I actually bought this one. This one is able to take off. You actually able to remove this, but then that doesn't remove the fact that this strap is in the way on your phone. So that's why I decided to update to the MagSafe here. So the MagSafe lives in here. I kind of plan to get all MagSafe phone straps because if I'm working on, you know, different projects where they're utilizing all my gear, I want that for the sound person, and then, you know, and then I have another one for if I'm running lights, you know. But, excuse me. Next pouch is the Ursa Tape White. So this is where I just store the extra Ursa tape that comes in the packaging. And the white one, like I said, I don't utilize that much. I use it on weddings a lot more. So I'm probably gonna take this and just like set it aside for projects where people need to rent my gear for a long time. And the same thing for the Ursa Tape Black here. I'm sorry, the reflection is kind of like making it hard to look at, to see. So this is the Ursa Tape Black. And like I said, we utilize this way more than the white ones. So this is saved here and we cut them however we need to cut. Next pouch, this is others. This is kind of like the tool section. I have hand sanitizer because, you know, I built this during COVID. And I have some antenna colored tips. I have a scissor here. This is a portable scissor I can use to cut my Ursa tape with. So this is pretty great. I have a small rig multi-tool because I found myself needing this type of tool a little more often than I thought I would. And whenever I'm like, I don't have a tool set, which I don't usually bring for sound stuff, I'm like stuck with whatever's in my pocket. So I have this in here as well. I have rubber bands because sometimes we utilize rubber bands for things. I have more, I have another scissor, then I have more antenna tips, and I have a lighter here. So the lighter, you literally never know if you're gonna need a lighter. So those are the others here. I just left the others because like some of these aren't really tools. So like it can be anything really. But yeah. And then on the left middle here, we have the Foamies Big. This is the Ursa Foamies here. I label them big because these are designed to fit like the Sennheiser ME2s, or I think these will fit the W-Lab Pros. I have whites and I have blacks. And here, this is a different case, I'm sorry. I think I lost the case for the Foamy Blacks. But yeah, these kind of these live in here, and we take them out however we need to. And then here are the Ursa Foamy Smalls. So these are designed to fit like the Countryman B6s or anything of those diameter that's pretty small. I think these are more suitable for the W-Lab Pros because we kind of prefer a tighter fit. So that's what these are for. I have white and I have black. White's in the pouch here. The whites might not be useful anymore. I used to have a Countryman B6 that's white, but then it was red labeled and then it was kind of bad. And then there's another one that I bought used that came bad. So over here, first off, I would like to say that I like never use these. So these are still from the very first time I've used them. I've never reordered new ones. So oddly enough, these aren't as great as it might seem. Like the idea is great. The idea is to put it between the lav and then create separation from the close. But then sometimes you can hear the actual foam like scratching in it. So there's kind of disadvantage of that. Next pouch, we have circles. I just wrote circles because there's different types of circle products in here. So we have the first circles, which I've used for windy days, which are good. And then I have plush circles, which I have not really used yet. But then if I was to use them, they might not be for windy days. They're probably used for separation for clothes. And then these here, these actually came with the W-Lab Pros from Deity. So that's pretty cool. And they gave us some right coat stickies as well. So they kind of give you a deal there. So these are pretty good. These are pretty important. I haven't used the plush circles yet. So many things I bought and I haven't used. But the first circles, definitely. And there's 3 colors. There's white, black, and I guess brown in here. This pouch that says light, it's literally, that's what it is. This is a little book light I purchased a while ago for my case. And what I do is I just clip it up here and then I can turn the light on and then I'll have light for dark days. So that's what this is for. It uses AAA batteries. So eventually I'll probably put some AAAs into the case so I can, you know, make sure this gets used. It gets used all the time, by the way. It's not like it's only there and I never use it. All right, over here, this pouch has straps and there's nothing in there. So I have a thigh strap in here and I have a regular Ursa strap in here. And I put those in my other case for my weddings because I use a thigh strap for weddings all the time. And then I put the regular Ursa strap in there just in case if like I needed, you know, lave up someone that it's hard to lave up. So that's why I have it in there. Otherwise, this another pouch here called straps is actually just 2 Ursa straps, large. So I bought the large one because these are stretchy, right? So I just kind of stretch it over people that are, you know, small, and it fits fine. It's not like it's inconvenient or anything like that. So there's 2 of them in here. It's kind of a tight fit. It doesn't fit that well, but you know, it fits. So, and then the last 2 pouches are for tentacle stuff, or very specifically tentacle stuff, and time code, but mostly tentacle sync stuff. So the first one is tentacle sync accessory. So I have in here, I have the soft Velcro stickies that tentacle sells. I have some other stuff. I have little clips here, and sometimes I have other stuff in here, but so whatever I need, I throw it in there. And over here, tentacle sync cables. So these are all the cables that I'll need for my time code stuff here. So this cable right here, this is not tentacle sync. So I should probably label this to time code cables or something like that. This is from UltraSync 1. So that's what that is. And then I have his tentacle sync to micro USB, which is FX30 and FX3. And then here is 3.5 millimeter to DIN. So this is for UltraSync 1 as well. So what I do is I have an UltraSync 1 as my master time code box. And then I sync that, I jam that to my tentacle syncs with the cable. And then with the tentacle syncs, I sync all the units together. Then I use my UltraSync Blue to gain the time code from the UltraSync 1s. And then I sync my wireless through time code through that on my Zoom F3. But yeah, that is the lid and that is the case. I do plan to change this case a little bit more. And hopefully I find an ergonomic way of doing it and a cheaper way of doing it. Everything is kind of expensive, like Trek packs are pretty expensive, but we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this may have shown you something that I don't know, but yeah, I'll see you guys next time.